Hello, everyone, and welcome to this LUTI division. Today we have Ink Eye versus Wipeout Punks. Today, joining me on the commentary, I believe we have Parais. Is that how you say your name?
Yes, you said it correctly.
Yay! How you going today?
I'm doing quite well.
All right. Sounds good. Well, looks like we're going straight into the match. We have Splat Zones on Wahoo World. I need to know these teams.
So in the green, we're going to have Wipeout Punks, and in the blue, we're going to have Ink. So starting off the comps, we see Tetra, Splash Jr., and Remix coming out from Ink Eye. And from the side of Wipeout Punks, we see a 96 Deco and NZAP 89 that ends up going down pretty early.
Very much a fight over that zone, as unlike every other zone in Splatoon, Wahoo World has a circular zone, which can make it a little bit interesting for taking it over, but also it's just one zone that needs to be taken over.
Yeah, but Ink Eye quickly kind of taking control of it, but the zone is still neutralized, but they end up capping there. But very aggressive play coming out from Ink Eye early on, as they kind of have full control of Wipeout Punks' plat right now and the zone as well. As we see, I believe the NZAP is going to try to go for a flank here, maybe up on this left glass, but they opt to back out instead. Right, so Wipeout Punks get their first cap onto the zone, and it looks like they're setting up in a pretty strong position here.
Indeed, all of their players are quite spread out over every single entry point to the zone. However, that Booyah Bomb does open up some space for them to take the zone and give a wipe as well as a 33-point penalty.
Yeah, that was a really good take from the side of Ink Eye, coming in with the bomb rush from the right glass. They're able to get a pick there and a couple more, but Lit getting two more picks there with that Neo Splash.
Right up in their base, that's going to put a dent in their push for sure.
And it's currently looking like Wipeout Punks are struggling to get back in, as they're constantly going down. You see two members went down there, but Lit gonna go down for Ink Eye, but they still have three members up and full control of the zone, as it's picking down close to game here. Counting below 10, Wipeout Punks need to cap sooner than later, and they do just that.
Point push into the zone, 1 point remaining. That gives Ink Out a 62-point penalty, which is not going to be easy to clear. However, once that is cleared, that will be game. So that penalty is the only thing stopping Ink Out from taking the game. Sorry, Ink Armor. No,
Yeah.
Ink Eye.
It looks like but Wipeout Punks will have another opportunity to get a cap here onto zone. They have 20 ticks left along on that penalty there, as they come out with the Inkjet, able to back up some members of Ink Eye. The Inkjet able to get one, but Ink Eye quickly recapping the zone once again. They go three members down. That is probably that is zone for the side of Wipeout Punks, as it looks like they got a full wipe onto the side of Ink Eye.
Yeah, soft wipe. As soon as that last member was taken down, the Dark Tetrajulies spawned right in, but they weren't anywhere near the zone, so they had to crawl all the way back to the zone manually.
We see Ink Eye playing a little bit patient here, getting their specials. They have that bomb rush and the Booyah Bomb along with that armor, and that's going to be a fine retake from Ink Eye, but it looks like a flank coming in from behind. Stanley on that T-Tech able to get one, and another one goes down for the side of Ink Eye. It's just going to be the Tetris left, and I believe the Splash on respawn, as Wipeout Punks managed to retake the zone here, and with a minute left, they're currently eating away at their penalty, which will be gone here pretty soon.
That Well, yeah, as you said, that penalty is already gone, and they're already ticking down to 30 points. And with 45 seconds left on the clock, they're going to need to hold the zone for almost every second if they want to take the lead without going into overtime. But as we say that zone gets flipped once again to the favor of Inkai and giving... Well, actually, flipped again when we weren't looking at it. Sending them into a 20-point penalty, which equals to about 40 points they need to get down to win the game with a KO to take the lead.
Yeah,
That's the only way they're going to win this game.
Wipeout Punks are in a good position here. They just need to hold the zone for the remaining of this time and throughout overtime as well. And so far, they're doing a great job here, making Inkai stagger in. The Tetcher's going to go down. It looks like a bomb rush coming out early, but the bomb rush goes down. The zone
Only
is kind of neutralized
with
here.
only one player on both zones. That's not going to hold out forever. And Inkai take the win with this one, 99 count versus 89 counts. That heavy, just putting the pressure on the zone in the last minute, just able to push out the NZAP and the splatter shot away from the zone.
Yeah, it looked like a promising hold there from Wipeout Punks. They just ended up going down near the end there. A couple of their members ended up going down, and which allowed Inkai to come back in and try to neutralize that zone with a bit of help from the bomb rush there that was popped earlier. That did go down on the, I believe, the right-hand side.
I noticed both teams were extremely doing really well with their with their specials. Both teams use specials to take the zone and make their own pushes. We saw coordination with both the suction bomb rush as well as the booyah bomb. Suction bomb rush, while it didn't, I noticed near the end of the game, the person who was wielding that special was taken out, but got enough suction bombs, and with the booyah bomb, they were able to flip the zone into Inkai's favor.
Yeah, the special usage for both teams was really good during that game. But we are going to be going into game number 2. Inkai currently have a 1-0 lead in this best of 9 set. We're going to be heading to Rainmaker Starfish main stage.
Indeed we are. Rainmaker on Starfish main stage. It's unlike some other Rainmaker stages. This one's pretty literally straightforward. You've got probably about 3 routes you can take, compared to some of the other stages like Mora Towers. What, there's 20? But here we go. Rainmaker on Starfish main stage. We have Inkai versus the Wipeout Punks, with Inkai having taken the first game. On the side of Inkai, we've got a heavy Splatling, a Splattershot Junior, Dark Tetra Julies, and a Kensa Splattershot. On the side of Wipeout Punks, we have a Kensa Splattershot, a Splattershot Tentatech, a 96 Gal, as well as a heavy Splatling.
Yeah, and right off the bat, Inkai gonna get first pop there, giving them a lot of map control at the start. And this is just giving them a lot of space to kind of work with and just aggress Wipeout Punks at will. But as I say that, they go 2 down right there. John able to get a pick as well. And that's another one down, and they're going to pick up this Rainmaker and start gunning for this right-hand side, getting a lot of early points here in the early going.
39 is an impressive lead for a first push, and keeps on going down to 22. Can they get the cap up the tower? And damn, that is a knockout. Wow, from overtime last time to what, a knockout this time? Taking the score between Wipeout Punks and Inkai to 1-1.
Yeah, that was really good from the side of Wipeout Punks. Like a completely different almost a completely different game from what we saw in the first one, back and forth in the first one, and then this one, it looked like it was all Ink Eye at the start, and then Wipeout Punks just turned that into their favor and ended up getting the KO.
I think I'm getting an understanding of these teams now. It seems Wipeout Punks, I'm just seeing their name, pretty good at making a very aggressive first push. I understand that name now. And as we go into Clan Blitz Maker Mart, which is Rainmaker and Clan Blitz are pretty similar modes to each other in the same way Splat Zones and Tower Control are. Similar in the way that you've got to hold a possession over something, while Clan Blitz and Rainmaker, you've got to push the objective. So if I was going to make a call, Clan Blitz Maker Mart might be more in the favor of Wipeout Punks, but now that Ink Eye knows what Wipeout Punks can do if they get an early push, I think they're going to be a bit more on the defensive to start off this next game.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of good special coordination from the side of Ink Eye, able to just use those specials in a well-timing manner. But we saw there that Wipeout Punks just has the ability to go and just get a bunch of points. So both play styles can definitely benefit from a mode like Clan Blitz.
A little bit of change from weapons on the Wipeout Punks, and almost identical for Ink Eye, except they've gone with a 96 scale instead of one of their spider shots, while Wipeout Punks have switched out No, they've gone pretty much a similar comp too.
Yeah, they have that K Junior, which I believe is the first time we're seeing from the side of Wipeout Punks. We see a 96 gal instead of a 96 gal deco, and we see a splash coming out from Wipeout Punks, and those bubbles going to be used to push this right stack, but it looks like those are going to get canceled by the splashdown. They do get canceled by the splashdown, and 52 able to get that pick there.
1v1 between the two 92 and a 52. 52 wins with some assist of their teammate. And Booyah Bomb and a Power Clam at the ready. Ink Eye is charging up their special. Pushes through the Booyah Bomb, does manage to get the Power Clam in. He can't get some extra clans in, setting down their lead to 71 points.
Yeah, definitely a decent push from the side of Ink Eye, but if you're Wipeout Punks, you can allow a push like that, as you still have like plenty of clams to work with. You have a pity and also a power clam that is in play right now, so definitely not impossible for Wipeout Punks to take the lead in this next upcoming push right here that they have going.
And with the bubbles as well as a suction bomb rush, their lead is just getting started as Stanley gets up into their base, tries to take a 1v2, doesn't win that. Raphael gets some more clans in, setting down their points to 74, but with no one near the basket, that might be the end of this push. And it is, as the points are only one clan difference apart, with a lead of 14 versus 13. Wipeout Punks currently have some more ink coverage in the middle. However, that can easily be overcome, as neither team has really pushed up right forward. Both are trying to get some clams. Wipeout Punks sitting on 19 clams, while Ink Eye sits on 21 clams. Both teams wielding a power clam. So a push could happen at any second, and we might know it.
Yeah, it currently looked like Wipeout Punks had majority of the map control, but Ink Eye were just playing stellar defense there. They have 26 clams here to score. They score a power clam, and it looks like they're going to get the rest of those small clams in as well. That's a push all the way to 15.
All the way down to 9, and with only one player remaining, that is not enough to get a great defense. And Ink Eye takes this third game, setting the score to 2-1.
Yeah, that was a really good push from the side of Inkai.
Inkai must have heard what I said and just said, nope, we're not going to let them win this. So currently we're going Inkai, Wipeout points, Inkai. So we're currently set for, what's this? So we've got a best of 9. So that means we're definitely getting 6 games? If I'm right? Definitely getting 6 games, but every time we get the score even, that's going to be another game added to the to-do list.
Yeah.
Bryce, do you have anything to say about that last match? Just anything you noticed in particular?
Not specifically. I just Inkai just really showed how well they could get a push together, and just also how well they can defend. They were able to hold off Wipeout Punks as they looked like they were gonna start a push of their own in the early going, and then Wipeout Punks started going down. They went 2 down, and then John was forced to back up off of that left stack, their own stack, which I believe is a really good spot to start a push if you're the enemy team, pushing off of the other team stack to start a push to the basket. I feel like it's really good. So once they got that 2 down, they just immediately started pushing, and they had the clams to go with it.
Indeed, and yeah, that last push they already had 1 plow clam plus 13 other clams ready, plus another plow. They had their pity clam, which they got as well in. So 1 second they had 71 points. Next second they had 0. But here we go. 4th match, Splat Zones on Manta Maria, Inkai versus Wipeout Punks. Let's see how this match will turn out. On the side of Inkai, we've got a Heavy Splatling Jr., Dark Tetra Julies, as well as a Splash-O-Matic. On the side of Wipeout Punks, we've got a Cancer Splatter Shot, a Tentatek Splatter Shot, a K-Pro, as well as the Hydra Splatling.
Yeah, noticing a very interesting pick is the Vanilla Splash coming out from Lit. I think they're going to be looking to use it as I say their name, they go down. But I think they're going to be looking to use that inkjet to pressure the Hydra of Wipeout Punks on that top right hand side when they are trying to come back in. So
Wipeout Punks do get that 4 points early lead. However, that 4 points is now turned into a 4 points penalty, as both teams are quite holding their own side very defensively, as each Splatling is guarding their own area with their lives. However, Wipeout Punks do take the zone, setting their lead down all the way to 80, still counting down, and as the Hydra jumps out to get some safety.
Yeah, well, it looks like one's gonna go down for Wipeout Punks, but the junior going down also for Inkai, and another going down for Wipeout Punks. So it's currently only 2 on the field for Wipeout Punks at the moment, as Inkai make their way back into mid, capping their zone. But a nice inkjet shot there from Lit, able to get that trade.
Was that an inkjet trade?
I believe
think that
so.
might have been an inkjet trade. But anyway, Inkai do take the zone back, giving Wipeout Punks a 39-point penalty and crunching down their own counter while they're at it.
Yeah, well, Stanley, what a nice inkjet pick there onto the Tetras, but the zone is still kind of the color of Inkai right now. But the Booyah Bomb coming in, gonna take one zone, and Wipeout Punks are gonna manage to cap the other zone, and Inkai gonna be forced back here into their bunker for a little bit here.
all players are alive on both sides of the team. However, Inkai do have 2 specials at the ready to change that to 3, with one of the Booyah bombs being used close to flipping the other zone. Loser over here going in for a flank, gets one pick onto the heavy, but when he's pincered between 2 members, is not able to take them down, as Inkai flips the zone once again, giving Wipeout points some more penalty points to take care of first.
And it looks like Inkai are going to try to set up in their lockout phase here, trying to make sure that the members of Wipeout Punks have really no room to breathe. But Lit going to go down there early, so they will be kind of forced to back up there. But the Hydra goes down for Wipeout Punks, but and another one going down for Inkai. That's going to be the touches. So Wipeout Punks able to have some space here to cap their zone, as long as attempting to cap Inkai's zone here, which they do. But Inkai quickly on top of that, putting paint on top of their zone, stopping the points for going down for Wipeout Punks, and that's going to be a 3-down situation on the side of Wipeout Punks.
Inkai very much has changed the tides of this match, going from what it was an impressive Wipeout Punks lead is now in Inkai's favor. Wipeout Punks seem to be getting a bit more desperate as they are pushing in individually, getting pincered. Right there we saw Stanley get pincered between one person behind him and 2 in front. Hydra putting some pressure over the zone. However, Radish does have the high ground with their Splatlings. Zone control once again.
Oh, sorry, you can go.
It's all good. And the tides are turned once again. Wipeout Punks take the zone over, giving Inkai a 46-point penalty. They aren't getting KO this zone anytime soon. However, Wipeout Punks now need to get their points down another 30 to take the lead. And as Inkai has 2 players down, and they've got another 2 players down. Only 10 points remaining until Wipeout Punks do get the splat. Splattershot Jr. gets taken down, and the lead is taken by Wipeout Punks.
Wow, that was a great comeback from Wipeout Punks, able to hold it near the end there. Like you were saying before, it looks like the members of Wipeout Punks were kind of coming in one by one, getting picked off and pinched by the members of Inkai. But once they were able to gain control, they kept it in the end, and that ultimately won them the game.
It certainly did, and as us. Once we hit into close to getting overtime, Inkai did the same thing as they'll before overtime, they're being very coordinated with their specials, with their movement. Generally always either 2 or 3 players on each other at once, but then once we started getting closer to overtime, they split out into 1, and when they're heading into the zone where there was 4 people there, that's not going to be very favorable to you.
Yeah, well, we're going to be heading into game number 5, Tower Control on the Reef.
Classic mode, classic stage. So Tower Control on the Reef. From memory, there are 3 checkpoints on this map to clear.
I believe so. There's the one, like, by the tree. Yeah. 2
on the opposite sides of the tree, and then 1 up when you go past the ramp. However, that last checkpoint is a very quick checkpoint, and if no one's there to defend it, that checkpoint will clear, and then that will be game.
Yeah, it can definitely. Tower Control can definitely stagger on this map once you get to that final checkpoint. I feel like it's almost homes. You pretty much have won the game at that point. Once you get past that last checkpoint. So.
But here we go. Game 5, Inkai versus Wipeout Punks. On the side of Inkai, we got a heavy Slatling and Zap. Dark Tetrajulies, and a Splash. On the side of Wipeout Punks, we've got a Kansas Splatter Shot, a 10-Tech Splatter Shot, a 96 Gal, as well as a Heavy Splatling. Heavy Splatling appearing on both sides, as well as a lot of shooters from both sides.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of shooters, but early on, both teams going to be one down here, but it is going to be Wipeout Punks with with their first armor. They look to hold it here, but a couple of trades coming in as a K-Shot and the Tetra's going to trade once again, but the NZAP also going to go down as well, so that's going to be main advantage for the side of Wipeout Punks. Another going down there as a 96 able to get that pick there.
Wipeout Punks playing very passively as they're all sitting behind their bridge waiting for Inkai to push up ahead, and then they took them out one by one. And now Wipeout Punks have now pushed up a bit further as they clear the first checkpoint and are down onto 65 points. Unlucky there for the splatter shot. Or was that for the splatter shot as they got 4-on-1. I would hate to be in that situation. And Nox closely avoiding that Booyah Bomb. And Inkai is on to their first checkpoint. But with members surrounding the tower from all angles, that checkpoint is not going to be cleared.
Yeah. It does seem like Wipeout Punks are playing a little bit more passively and more patiently, waiting for Inkai to come to them, kind of using the range of their 96 and also the heavy spatling. But the 96 is going to go down there, and it looks like a bunch of members for Inkai are going to swarm this tower. The trade going to happen between the NZAP and the K-Shot. And now the T-Tech coming in with a flank, able to get two.
From Stanley, gets 2 picks. Is he able to get 3? Can he get the quad? Gets the... Well, I'll call that a 3.5.
Nonetheless, he picked up the assist, able to assist his teammate there with the splat, and so now the momentum in the hands of Wipeout Punks, as the Tetra gonna go down after taking out the T-Tech there, and Wipeout Punks gonna clear the second checkpoint, making their way to the third. Booyah Bomb coming out, backing up the remaining members of Inkai to the car. Battle looks like it's gonna be a battle in alley, but Raphael gonna wisely back off of that and help their teammate out, able to get Nox there, and it looks like they're gonna help them get another pick as Lit goes down for Inkai, and it's going to be the Tetras and I believe the Heavy, the only ones left, as Nox and Lit will be respawning.
However, this was in the favor of Inkai, as now the tower is reset all the way down to the center of the map. But it isn't going to be hard for Wipeout Punks to get the tower and ride it all the way down. They only have 24 points remaining, while Inkai still has to take 83 points if they want to take this game. However, Radish gets the pick onto Raphael with the heavy splatling, and Loser with the Kansas Splatter Shop getting up into their base, but with the heavy splatling behind him and that ends up in front of them, gets pincered, as well as another member of Wipeout Punks gets pincered as well. With one member down on both sides of the teams, it is very even as Inkai heads to their first checkpoint, but a Booyah Bomb also stops them from counting down the checkpoint even further. Stanley gets 1 pick, gets 2 picks, gets 3 picks, stops the push right as Inkai clears their first checkpoint. Stanley with an impressive solo stop to that push with only 30 seconds left on the board. Inkai is going to need to make a tremendous push if they're going to want to take this game. However, with Lit and Seekant getting the pincer attack on the 96, Wipeout Punks are 3 members down right now. This could be the push they need in the last 10 seconds of the game.
Yeah, Inkai have a strong push right now, but a trade gonna happen there. But 2 members down, still on the side of Wipeout Punks as Stanley able to get one. That is going to be the splash. The tower rider goes
4
down.
points remaining. Splashdown gets onto the tower right before the splashdown lands, and that is going to be game. I can imagine the fear being on that tower right as that splashdown is about to come.
Yeah. Near the end there, it seemed like Wipeout Punks were doing a little bit of staggering towards the end. It seemed like they were almost in panic, but kind of like the last game, how they were individually going in, but they managed to hold on near the end. Whoever got that pick onto the tower rider at the last checkpoint saved the game there for Wipeout Punks.
Indeed, they did. I'm just shocked at how frightening that would be, just being there with that splashdown coming in. If they were 1 second late and that splashdown landed, that would have been game into Inkai's favor. That was literally a last millisecond clutch.
Yeah, definitely would have been I feel like would have been a huge momentum shifter going into this next game, which is going to be Rainmaker Humpback Punch Track. It seems like Rainmaker is one of Wipeout Punk's favorite modes. I might be wrong, considering how fast they won the Starfish one.
Especially on Humpback Pump Track. Humpback Pump Track can be a very quick Rainmaker game. If Inkai gets taken out quickly, that Wipeout Punks will take this match just like the first Rainmaker. And we'll see how that turns out with Inkai versus Wipeout Punks. Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker. On the side of Inkai, we have a Heavy Splatling, a Splattershot Junior, a Dark Tetra Julies, and a Kensa 96. On the side of Wipeout Punks, we have a Orange NZAP, a Splattershot regular, modified 10 attack, I don't need to know my 96 and 61s or whatever, as well as the Heavy Splatling, the side of Wipeout Punks. And two go down on the side of Wipeout Punks. Very different to what happens in the first game, as Inkai is already making it down the home stretch, down to 25 points. With only one player remaining on the side of Inkai, that will be the end of that push as they get caught out by Raphael's 96.
Yeah, you could almost say that was a bit of a delayed wipe, but Wipeout Punk's taking it to this left-hand side. Very interesting.
So with
choice.
Loser, the only member there with the Rainmaker, isn't able to get the push as Seekant takes out the Rainmaker. And here we go, we got a Stingray, which a very effective Stingray takes out the Rainmaker and sends down the Ink Eyes members down to 2-2. However, both of those members do have specials at the ready, and Wipeout Punks also have two members down. Very even in terms of players on the battlefield right now. Seekant does have the splashdown at the ready, gets the splat onto Loser. They get the Rainmaker pop, starting to make another push, furthering the lead. Hopefully the further down lead, but another Stingray is out as John gets the splat onto the Rainmaker.
Yeah, Stingray kind of coming in clutch for Wipeout Punks, but the flank coming in as Tetra gonna get one, and this could be possibly game for Inkai, but no, I believe that was a 96 able to get that pick there in the last sec, kind of saving again, but.
Oh. Inkai, they got a full wipe onto Wipeout Punks. So even though the Rainmaker was taken down, none of Wipeout Punks were able to stop the Rainmaker shield from bursting, giving them a bit more turf and able to climb up the tower from behind where they had a bit more cover, knowing that Wipeout Punks were all respawning.
So it's all even here. It's 3-3.
It is. There is no way this could not be even. 3-3. literally game after game with Wipeout Punks only having one back-to-back. There's been one game difference between these players. These teams. As soon as one team's in the lead, the other takes the game. I really think we're going to be heading into Game 9 here today.
Yeah, that definitely is a possibility with the pace that these two teams are going. We're going to go into but we're going to go into Clan Blitz Piranha Pit, and we saw what Inkai can do in terms of just Clan Blitz in general, but it could be a reverse script from what we saw in the last game. We could see Wipeout Punks take this Clan Blitz game over Inkai.
Indeed, we could. We've only had one other Clan Blitz match, which was in Inkai's favor. So we'll have to see how this match turns out. Now, Piranha Pit Clan Blitz. I'll say every stage is different, but every stage is different. And the thing about Clan Blitz Piranha Pit is that the baskets are not near your spawn, really. They're facing each other on the edge of the map, away from your spawn. So we'll see how both teams deal with this distance from their basket. Inkai versus Wipeout Punks, 3 points, 3 games to each team. And on the side of Inkai, we've got a Heavy Splatling, Splattershot Jr., Dark Tetrajulies, as well as the 96, 94, I'm not going to try.
96 and 50, Vanilla 52.
54, 50 something. And on the side of Wipeout Punks, we have a Heavy Splatling, Kansas Splattershot, a 96 and a 56. Was that it? Did I get it right?
96 and 52.
52. So no, I did not get it right. But there was interesting pick for the Wipeout Punks, going 2 of the point weapons.
Yeah, the point sensor baller 52 is definitely an interesting choice. It looks like they might try to opt to baller in and get their pushes and Booyah Bomb on top of it and get their pushes that way. So we'll see how Wipeout Punks goes about using that baller for their pushes, and we'll see how Inkai does defending it. But so far it's pretty neutral here early on, pick after pick, a member going down for each there, but it looks like Wipeout Punks are kind of getting the edge here, and as they're kind of pushing back.
And
Inkai
they were
right now
sitting on 29 clams with 2 power clams. However, Inkai knows where they are, sees that last power clam. However, that Splattershot Jr. does go down to the heavy, and a trade between Lit and Raphael with both clams sitting there ready to die. Have a Radish picks up their dying power clam to keep it alive for just a moment longer.
Can we just applaud that Splattershot Jr. for Inkai just single-handedly stopping that push for Wipeout Punks, taking out, I think, the 52, and then turning around and taking out the other, and then chasing down the Heavy Splatling. You do not see that every day.
That could have been almost games. They had 2 power clams as well as another 9 clams at the ready. That could have easily been 60 points as a first push if they didn't stop that.
Yeah, that was definitely could have been a damaging push, but the junior for Inkai able to just clutch up in that moment and stop it and keep it still neutral here in terms of the score. But Wipeout Punks quickly taking back map control, picking back up where they left off, and a lot of picks coming in. As Stanley, I believe, got 3 there.
But Nox coming up from behind, gets splattered, and also grabs that power clam. That power clam is going to eventually despawn. However, Wipeout Punks have taken down the lead to 44, which is a incredible first push.
Yeah.
Halfway through the game.
Yeah, definitely a really good push from the side of Wipeout Punks, but we have seen that Inkai is capable of doing that type of push of their own. So we'll see how they answer back as the Tetra able to get one there. That's gonna be one member down for the side of Wipeout Punks, but two members down on the side of Wipeout Punks as the junior goes down for Inkai as well. But Inkai gonna look to continue their push here as they opt to use the Booyah Bomb to force that member of Wipeout Punks back, but some members still going down for the side of Wipeout Punks. The baller coming in from Stanley. The splashdown coming in, doesn't get the pick, but the Booyah Bomb coming in and assisting, able to get two there, and Wipeout Punks quickly taking back the map.
And already have Wipeout Punks seem to love their clams as they are once again on 24 clams, which is that's a lot of clams to have on the put, and takes out Nox with the suction bomb. Wipeout Inc. are two members down as Wipeout Punks make a further push, clearing their lead in an instant. Only one clam needs Raphael right there. John coming up from the bottom, climb, but they know he's there. They stop him. That's a wipe with only one clam remaining and giving Wipeout Punks a 35-point penalty they need to clear. However, Inkai still has 100 points they need to clear. That is going to be... They need to get the KO almost to win this game. They need to get 100-0.
Yeah, let's say Inkai still has a lifeline here, but they did go just two down earlier, and they go two down once again. And currently, Wipeout Punks is shutting down any attempt of a push that Inkai tried to put together.
Heavy trying to push. However, with not much in the terms of turfing power when it's just them, that is going to be the game. Fourth game going to Wipeout Punks. I think both teams have almost won one mode each at this point.
Yeah, and we see 19 KA from John Raphael right behind them as well, along with the rest of their teammates. Double-digit KAs all around for Wipeout Punks.
Yeah, excluding for the second game, we haven't seen a second. What haven't we seen a second of?
Second tower control.
Each team has earned one game on each mode. Neither team has gotten two games on the same mode, and that's how you tell these games are evenly matched. Like, you see the score up there, 4-3. We still got two games remaining, and we head into overtime. I think that alone tells you how even these matches are.
Yeah, Inkai looking to tie it up here on Splat Zone Sturgeon Shipyard. Wipeout Punks looking to punch their ticket into the semifinals of LUTI Division 6 America.
So, next match, Splat Zones, Sturgeon Shipyard. Both teams have earned a game on Splat Zones already. And Sturgeon Shipyard is probably one of the more harder zones to cap, as it is one zone, but one Booyah Bomb will not flip the zone on its own, unlike Humpback Pump Track.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the longer zones maps when it comes to coming back in and trying to regroup. So we'll have to see both teams kind of opt to come back in together as a group rather than dropping in and kind of panicking like how we've seen in a few games where it's punished the other team. So,
but here we go. Inkai versus Wipeout Punks, Sturgeon Shipyard on Splat Zones. On the side of Inkai, we got a Blow Blobler coming out for the first time, Splattershot Jr., Dark Tetra Julies, and a Splash. On the side of Wipeout Punks, we have a Kensa Splattershot, a Splattershot Tentatech, a 96 Scale, as well as a Heavy Splatling. Interesting
Yeah.
choice going to Blow Blobler. Very different to every other weapon we've seen them play.
Yeah, a block can definitely be very useful on a map like this. Able to use those slopes to their advantage, but John using a Booyah Bomb, able to take out one as Lit was trying to take him out there. But Ink Eye still have the zone currently right now. Wipeout folks need to cap soon.
John focusing on the members rather than the zone because they know if they pick the members, they've got the zone. And the zone in neutral right now, those points aren't going down anytime soon as both members of the teams fight to see who's going to own that zone. And it seems Wipeout Punks do get the zone this time. And with 2 down on the side of Ink Eye, that is going to extend Wipeout Punk's lead. Not lead, they haven't got the lead yet. Don't get ahead of myself.
They are in a good...
Well, they had one special, but that special gets used, and another special, that Suction Bomb Rush, also gets used. Have it.
That's a 3 down.
Track of what happened. That was so many splats.
That's 3 down on the side of Ink Eye. They had a lot of specials coming out. I think they had like Spot Bomb Rush and a couple of other specials going off, but then Wipeout Punks, it looked like they answered with maybe a special of their own. I'm not quite sure, but it just looked like Ink Eye kind of went in and died there, and Wipeout Punks currently close to ending this game right here, but
Ink Eye needs to get the zone, or else that will Wipeout Punks they're at match point right now. If Wipeout Punks win this game, they win this quarterfinals match. But Ink Eye isn't going to let that happen that easily as they take 2 members down and give Wipeout Punks a 69 nice penalty.
And now all Ink Eye has to worry about is their timer going down. But if you're Wipeout Punks, you shouldn't really panic here. You still have a lot of time to work with. But the Inkjet coming out, but Lit taking that out quickly there as 2 down on the side of Wipeout Punks and only 1 down on the side of Ink Eye. Both members of Wipeout Punks on this spinner or on their snipe right here as Lit gonna get 1, I believe, gonna get another, possibly gonna get a third. They do get the third.
1 member down, 5, 4, 3. That is a white 2, 1, 0. That is game for Ink Eye, taking this to game 9. This is the final game. We are heading into the final game of the quarterfinals match between Ink Eye and Wipeout Punks.
Let me see, Lit. That was great teamwork on the side of Ink Eye, but Lit standing at the top with a 12 KA. I feel like most of those splats came in the end there where he got that triple and just kind of popped off near the end there, just shutting down any attempt Wipeout Punks just tried to get going.
Yeah, we saw Wipeout Punks did have that very early lead going. They had their lead all the way down to 10 points. However, Ink Eye turned the tables and they got the KO for that match. That was impressive.
Now we're going to go to Game 9, Tower Control on Inkblot Art Academy. This can be a very difficult one to defend if the other team manages to get going. So I feel like the winner of this will be determined by who gets going early and who gets their push their push going early and ends up making the other team stagger.
It definitely is an interesting stage, particularly on Inkblot. There is one thing that sets Tower Control and Clan Blitz apart on this map, and that is the small, tiny block that gets you up into near their. I don't know what you call. I don't play enough callouts. I really should be doing more callouts. Whatever that area is called, where the basket usually is. I don't know that area. ceramic tree is. But here we go. Game 9 of the LUTI quarterfinals. Here we go. Ink Eye versus Wipeout Punks. On the side of Ink Eye, we got a heavy splatling, Enzap, Dark Tetrajulies, and an L3 Nozzle Nose. On the side of Wipeout Punks, we got a Cancer Splatter Shot, a Tentactek Splatter Shot, a 96, as well as a heavy Splatling.
Yeah, early on, we're going to see one member go down for Ink Eye as the armor was popped. So it looks like Wipeout Punk's playing a bit patient like how they did in the Reef game here. And now they're going to get 2 picks. They're going to get 3 picks. That's going to be a 3-down situation on the side of Wipeout Punks. Not on the side of Wipeout Punks, on the side of Ink Eye, excuse me. As Wipeout Punks look to get some momentum going as they pop this inkjet, but end up going down.
Nearly gets a second, but with Loser getting caught between Radish and Lit, and with other members getting taken down, they were 2 down. That is going to be the end of that push for the Wipeout Punks. Lit sees that member in an instant and takes them down with the Nozzle Nose. But then getting caught between a hard place and some Tenta missiles, gets taken down as Wipeout Punks. Ink Eye. Yeah, I was getting confused because there was ink all over. Couldn't tell whose base was which. Ink Eye takes the lead and is climbing the ramp up to the second checkpoint. And second checkpoint cleared. How the 2 members, including the member who's riding the tower, goes down, stopping the push for Ink Eye. However, that push is not fruitless as they did clear 2 checkpoints.
Yeah, Ink Eye in a very good position clearing that first and second checkpoint. So when they come back around with their push, they don't really have to worry about those checkpoints. All they have to do is worry about that final checkpoint. So right now, it looks 2 down are going to go down on the side of Wipeout Punks, and another is going to go down. That's going to be the 96, so no armor anytime soon for the side of Wipeout Punks as they try to regroup here. John going to back up and wait for their teammates as Loser gets 1 pick, not able to get that second, but Raphael able to clean up there and get that pick. So that's going to be 2 down, 3 down, a delayed 3 down actually, on the side of Ink Eye, as the Tetra is going to jump in, try to find a pick onto the heavy there, but that will be a trade.
Members of both teams are just dancing around the middle right now. Both teams throwing out specials. Stanley gets the splat onto Nox right before that Ink Armor gives them that safety, and now there is 2 down on the side of Ink Eye, which allows Wipeout Punks to make their next push, getting some more points on the board.
Yeah, now Wipeout Punks gonna make their way to the second, or as I said, that they go down.
But right behind him, is he able to get any splats? No, they are not. As Radish and Nox know they're there and stop that push. However, there is 3 down on the side of Ink Eye. Wipeout Punks are going to make another push back to back as they throw out Tenta missiles, Ink Armor, Booyah Bomb, specials, right, left, center. However, a trade between the Ends Up 85 and the Splattershot Jr. Wipeout Punks take the lead, heading down into the final checkpoint. They only need 8 seconds to clear the checkpoint. However, the 96 is the only player remaining for the side of Wipeout, and that will be the end of that push. Did they safely jump out? I don't know. I think they did.
I believe so. Yeah, that's gonna save them a lot, especially as they are gonna try to. I believe they're gonna try to build that armor here as they try to defend, but they're gonna go down either way, despite that with the inkjet. But that's gonna be 2 down on the side of Wipeout Punks, and less than 30 left. Ink Eye, this has to be the push for them, or this is game.
This is do or die time. With only 2 players remaining on the side of Ink Eye, And with Radish getting taken down as well, Seekant jumping out, giving a high five in the air to their members of the team. 6 seconds left on the board. Inkai is going to need to take the tower in literally right now. But no, that is game, set, and match for Wipeout Punks, taking the quarterfinals of this LUTI Division 6, I believe. Division 6 match. Wow, that was... what a day.
Yeah, what a set indeed between these two teams. Well, teams fought very hard, and but in the end, Wipeout Punks were able to get that final push that they needed, and then they were able to hold on near the end there. So
yeah, it was interesting because Inkai did have that very early lead, but Wipeout Punks, it didn't matter to them. They took the tower. I think it was just one push they needed, and they got it cleared 2 checkpoints at once. That was... what a great game, and what a great set from both teams between Inkai and Wipeout Punks.
yeah. With that, I believe Wipeout Punks will be moving on to the semis for Division 6, and they will be awaiting the winner of Markwood Falcons and I believe Booyah X.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in today. I wish Wipeout Punks the best of luck in the semi-finals, and if they get to it, the grand finals. And Inkai, thank you so much for coming along today and showing us what an amazing set you two can pull off together.
Yep. But we will be back Sunday with 2 more Division 6 matches. We have Division 6 World at 2 p.m. EST Nightmares versus Cuttlefish, and then we will have at 9 p.m. EST Vaporwave versus Rising Hope. So, but DJM, where can the good people find you?
On Twitter, I'm just DJM987. That easy.
Alright, well,
At me, and I'll say hi.
alright, well, this has been Parise and DJM.
I hope you all have a great day. Oh, Prize, where can we find you?
I currently do not have social media, but
Oh. Well, you can find you here on Discord.
Thanks.